Okay, and I have copied of that specific method. Actually, these are the multiple methods which help me to generate 100,000 Maori numbers in form of a string. Okay, so that 100,000 numbers in the form of strings we will be using to show in our recycler view. So if we come to our main activity layout, we need to add the support for the recycler view. Remember that. So by chance, if it is there, already there, recycler view, if it is not there, we can simply say recycler view. It will come down that particular search part. Okay, so we click on that particular add down arrow. So when I click on that, it will say that would you like to add that support. I say yes. That's why I added that. It will automatically adding that particular recycler view support in our project. Then we are also using the card view. So again, the card view support we need to add into that particular project. So again, we click on the down button, say yes, we want to add it, and then we have that particular. So we have the support for the card view, we have the support for our recycler view. Now we go into our text form, and then we can simply delete everything from here. And now we say that I want to add recycler. So if we look at that, we have that recycler view. Okay. And then we say recycler view finish. But of course we need to add certain. Okay. Let me see if I can just simply replace that particular text view here, remove it. Instead of like, we can simply say that from here, just like our we remove the constraint view and start the linear layout, I say recycler view. Okay, so I said recycler view. I have the parent, match parent. Maybe I can just context is main activity, fine. And here inside that particular recycler view, we are not doing anything, but we are trying to give an ID here. Okay, so we can say that our recycler view test. Fine, I'm not putting anything here. Is it fine? Do you understand what I did for the main activity? Recycler view is actually a view group, just like your linear layout or constraint layout or relative layout. This is a view group. Okay, so I just put at one particular recycler view, give it some ID. Maybe I can change the background colors. Okay, so what kind of a background color do you like? I have that particular palette here or not? No, we can open that particular design. Or what is that design? What is that specific? Material design, yes. Material design colors. If we try to find out that color system here, so we have that particular color system. So we have those. We have tools. Inside the tools we can find some color tools, and that color tool will help us to find out different numbers, different colors. Maybe I can select some light color in the background. Okay, so we can go back to our background color. So if we try to look at the design view, it is showing me that items 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Okay, so this is our main activity. Now remember, for our list view we need an adapter. Okay, so we need an adapter which help us to get the information out of some array or list and show those informations inside our list view. So similarly, for the recycler view, we need an adapter. And remember that whenever we are having the multiple views, one particular view is a one particular layout, like maybe in one list, okay, that we will create. We will try to create a card view. So one particular card in a list item, second card, third item, fourth item, maybe 10 cards are going to be displayed on the screen. And after that 10 cards, when we are scrolling up and down, these will be recycled. So when they are in the recycling phase, we need a view holder which actually hold those views which we have created at the beginning. And then we will update those information in those views and replace them in the bottom so that they can show the new information when we are scrolling up and down. Okay, so how for the recycler view we need two things. Number one, adapter. Number two, the view holders. How we can do that, how we can create that, let's see. So we go back in our, this is our, I think this is our main one, because we also have the Android test and test. So this is our main. So I can just say that I want to add a new class here. That new class, you can say that MAO Maori number adapter. Okay, so I can just have this one, and then I need to extend. Extend mean we are trying to make it a subclass of the adapter, and that adapter is actually, look at that. In the beginning when I say adapter, it is showing me the android.sport.widget recycler view. So I say yes. If you look at that, it actually also asking me, it's a generic adapter. So right now we are not doing anything right now here. Inside this class, inside this adapter, we are creating the view holder class. Again, we say that public class, like we can say that Maori number view holder, and then again we are going to extend it from the view holder. Look at that, view holder in which is related to that particular recycler view. Okay, when I say enter and do that, so we have created a nested class inside our adapter which is extended from the view holder. Okay, why this particular red line is there? If we press alt enter, it will show me we need to create that particular constructor. So if we create that, that particular part will go away. So we can create that specific. So actually this view holder is going to hold that view when it goes, that particular view when it go out of the screen, it will hold that particular view, change the information inside it, and then put it on the down or the upward, depending on in which way we are scrolling up, down or scrolling up. Understand? So we have adapter, we have a view holder. Fine. So actually we are going to create extend from the adapter, and then we are saying giving this particular name of our view holder here. Okay, so maybe we can say that Maori view holder. Actually this Maori view holder class is inside the Maori number adapter. So when we say this, it will automatically add that particular Maori number adapter dot and so on. So that is okay. Now again, still we have this red line. There is something missing. Actually there are certain methods that we have to implement in this adapter. So it is asking me that you have to implement. If you don't implement, it means there is something wrong. If I again press alt enter and it say that implement those methods, I implement those methods, select all, implement it. Now what are these methods? First of all, get item count. If I say item count is 0, it means it is telling my recycler view is try to get from the adapter that how many elements you have. So if we don't change this thing, then what will happen? It will say that adapter has 0 elements, so it will does not show anything inside the recycler view. Okay, so let's come back to our main activity. In the main activity, we are generating that particular array list, okay, and that array list give me back a that generation method which is generating the 100,000 Maori numbers in a form of a string, and it will give me back an array list. Okay, so first of all, what I do, I create an array list here as well in our adopter class. That is the variable in which we hold that particular data. Okay, so we can say that array list, again that's a generic one, so we say that string, and then we can say that this is our data, and maybe I can also have what you can say that a constructor for this particular class, like public Maori number adopter, and that will take an array list of the string type and like numbers, and we assign that particular data to the numbers. So now when we come back here in our get item count and we say that data dot size, it will give me how many elements are there in that particular list. Understand? So I till now what I did, again I create a adopter class which is actually extend or the subclass or the child class of the RecylerView.adopter, because that is required from where the RecylerView will get the data. And inside that particular adopter class, I have defined another class that is the view holder class. Understand? So we have a view holder class as well as the adopter class. View holder class is the nested class inside the adopter. Inside the adopter class, we defined a data field, and we create a constructor for that particular adopter, which get the data from the main activity and put that particular initialize that particular data part in our data variable. And then we are saying that how many items actually exist in the adopter that we can show in the recycler view. So I'm sending back the size of that particular array list data. Okay, does it make sense till now? Yeah, okay. And then on create, I mean here in this particular method we are going to create that particular view that we need to show in that particular each and every item. Okay, and for that we need a, remember that if we are trying to initialize the adopter, we have the give the context, and then we give the layout. Okay, and then we give the data part, and that's it. So we need a layout. So what we can do, we can go into our layout folder in our project, right click on it. I want to create a layout resource file, so maybe I can say that Maori number underscore item underscore layout. Okay, so I just select the name, it create me a, again instead of having that particular constraint layout, we can say that I want a card layout. So we have that particular width and height. Instead of, maybe I can say that match pair, not match parent, maybe I can say wrap content, computer is a bit slow, wrap content, maybe I can say that the background color, because this is a card view, so we can say that card background color. Okay, we can go back to our palette, we can select something like maybe a little bit darker color or something, whichever you like. We got it, man. So we try to find some color here. Okay, let's see. A little bit red one over the green. So we can say that, not this one here. Okay, and then we also can say that card radius corner. Maybe I can say that 15 dp. What else? Elevation. Do we had a card elevation? Yeah, card elevation is there, so we don't need to use that particular elevation, otherwise it will not show you. Maybe I say that 20 dp. Okay, so in that particular card view, I am again putting a linear layout. I say the match parent, and inside that particular list view, I'm putting an image view, wrap content. Maybe I can just simply say that I don't want to wrap content 100 dp, as well as the width is 100 dp. And then we see in that source, but we have not provided any image in our drawable folder. Maybe we can say that at the rate of drawable. So we have these launch, icons, Android icons. So if I try to do that and try to go back into my design view, it's showing me something like that. Maybe we can put some like margins, like here, margins. Maybe I say that 20 dp. Let me show the preview here. So look at that, margin is there. Fine. I can say that instead of wrap content, maybe I can say that match parent. Okay, so it's like kind of centralized and covering the whole part. Maybe I can put some margins with the with this image view as well. Okay, margin, maybe I put 10 dp. So we have that one, and then I am putting some text view. Text view, you say that wrap content, and I wrap content. I want it to cover the whole width, okay, of that particular remaining part. So I say that weight part. Where is my? Let me close it down. Not like that. Okay. Why my weight is not showing up here? Sorry? It is not inside a linear layout. We need to put it inside a linear layout. Sorry. Okay. So we are saying that weight, layout weight, I say 1. When I say 1, it is going to be, I want to make it like center as well. So if I say that I want to make it center, what you can say that layout underscore gravity center. So it's coming on the center. We are saying that height is equal to wrap content. Again, we can say that wrap content. What is going on? Okay, match parent, and height is wrap content. Fine. Center, wrap content, fine. And then we here say that text, I say that Maori number. I mean, here we will display the Maori number. Maybe I can increase the size of this one. Text size 20 sp. Maybe I can change the text style, make it bold. Text color. So maybe we can go back and try to select the white color, because dark background is there. So if we have a white color, it will be much more visible. So we will try to use that one. Okay, so it's like we have designed that only the layout for one element that will be displayed over there. Of course, you can select any other. Maybe I have that particular, you know, that I have that. I download a picture, so I need to put it over somewhere here. UX design, and then we have this. I have this Maori language learning in the app folder, in the source folder, in the main folder, in the resource folder, in the drawable. I have that Maori icon, so I will just try to copy this one so that we can put it inside that. We have this. Where is my practical week number 6? Where is my recycle week 7? Okay, so we have a week 7. Inside we have a recycler view, we have an app, we have a source, main, resources, drawables, and I just copied this one here. If when I copy here, I can access that one from here, like slash. Where's my? It is coming here. Yeah, it's coming here. So I say that Maori icon, so it's like coming here. Understand?
And how do we change font style?
What do you have font style?
Like a default font is like Times New Roman. Which property?
You can just Google it out, man.
Okay.
Don't ask me. I will be doing the same thing. I will just Google out how to can change the font, so you can do it yourself. Don't worry about it. Don't ask me that. So what I want, because we need to change that specific text inside that particular text. Okay. So why we need to change that one? Maybe I can say that width is 50. Okay. So I need to change that text inside this text view. So I need to provide an ID as well. So I said ID. I said that Maori number text view. Understand? So we have assigned an ID to our recycler view as well. Yeah. So we have a recycler view. We have assigned this one. So what I do, I come here and create a recycler view inside of my main activity. Recycler view, and then again I want to assign that particular recycler. Find by view ID r dot id dot recycler view test. Okay, so we have created this thing. Wine. We come back to our number activity, because here we need to create that specific view adapter. Okay, so we need to create that particular view holder. How? I need to remember. So what we are doing, we need an inflator. What we need? We need an inflator. Inflator is actually take the layout file and inflate or convert those layout elements like text view, like image, linear layout, everything, all the elements that we have defined in our linear layout, not linear layout, inside a layout file. It will convert all of those elements, widgets, components into the Java. So that's actually try to convert those into the Java objects and show them on the screen. Inflator. So we need to create that particular inflator here. First thing, of course, it is asking me to import that particular inflator file. We have created this one. Parent.get. If you look at that, this parent is coming. Parent, which call that particular view group. Okay, so parent, which is holding that particular view card view. So it say that parent, and we are getting the context. So we are providing a context inflator over the main activity. Fine. The second thing we need to do is that we need to inflate. We need to create that particular layout that we have just created into the view. We are creating that particular view, that one particular item list view. Understand? So maybe we so here of course our list view is layout dot Maori number list layout that we have just created. Parent, that is the context, and at the end the root you want to attach with something. We don't want to attach with something, so we say the false. So we have created that particular. So every time whenever your recycler view is created and this adapter is attached with it, then it will create the necessary number of views which hold one item inside it. Maybe 10, maybe 5, maybe 6, depending on the size of that particular screen. Understand? So it will create that much. Maybe 6, maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe 10, whatever, but that is going to be created. Understand? And then at the end, we are saying that we are creating that view holder, which hold that particular view that we have just created and return it. Understand? Okay. So we can say that simply new, our name of that particular view holder, Maori view holder, and we are providing that view which we have just created using the inflator. Understand? Any questions till now? Again, I just recall. We need an adapter, so we create the adapter class. Inside the adapter class, we create a view holder class, which actually hold those views which are going to be recycled. When they go out of the screen, they will be recycled, put the new values inside it, and used on the screen, show on the screen again. And for that particular, when they go out of the screen, we need a view holder to hold that particular view for us. We are not going to create that view again because that will take some time as well as the memory. Okay? So inside our view adapter class, we create a variable of the array list, which is actually going to contain that 100,000 Maori words for me. So in the constructor, which is actually accepting a list of numbers, and it is assigning that to the data part of that particular adapter. Then we are going to the get item count. That is used, the property which is used by the recycler view, that how many data is there inside our adapter. So here we say that data.size. Then we come to this particular Maori number on create view holder. Whenever that view holder is being created, it will come and execute this particular method. How many views we required, depending on the screen size, recycler view will generate these views for itself. Maybe 10, maybe 5, maybe 6, maybe 4. How many views it is required to show on the screen. Accordingly, it will call this particular method that many times. 6 times, 4 times, 5 times, automatically. So here we are using the inflator to inflate that particular or to create that particular view which we have created in this particular layout form. Using that particular layout, it will create that particular view, and then we are creating a new view holder for there. Now we come down here. Why? Because if we look at that in the layout, we have that particular text view which is, its value is going to be changed. So what we do, for each view holder, we create a variable that will hold that particular text view reference, so that whenever we need to change the value, we say that text view dot set text and give the new values, it will change it. Okay? So here we say that text view, like Maori number text view, and here inside our create constructor, which is actually called from here, this view, and from here we can say that Maori text view is equal to item view. This item view is coming in, so we can say that find by view id r dot id dot Maori text view. So now we have that particular, what you can say, that the Maori number text view reference. Okay, inside this particular method, that's the third method that we have implemented inside our adopter class. So what we need to change here. Look at that, it is bringing in the holder, and holder is actually this class. Okay, and it is also telling which position, the position of the next data that need to be displayed, need to be updated in that particular view. Okay, so we can simply say that holder dot Maori text view dot set text, and we need to get the data from here, from this particular part, data part. So we say that data dot get, and we give the position index value, and I say that because it is going to return me a string, so that's fine. So we are updating the value inside this particular text view. Holder, which is actually a view holder. Inside the view holder we have a Maori text view reference. We are setting that particular text with the new value. Understand? Does it make sense till now, guys? Any, or you are doing something else, or I'm talking to these windows and walls? Is it fine what we are doing here? We are creating the view holder, we are updating the view holder, we are giving back the total number of elements in that particular recycler view or in the adopter. This is our view holder class, and now we come to our main activity. Inside the main activity we need to assign, need to create that particular view holder adopter class. Okay, so we have that Maori number adopter, so we can say that Maori number adopter is equal to new Maori adopter, and then we can give that particular generate numbers method, because this particular generate number method will give me back that particular array list which is generating 100,000 Maori numbers, and it will go into that adopter automatically. That adopter will assign that particular array list to the data part and so on. Okay, and now we can say that we have a recycler view dot set layout manager. We need to create a layout manager, so we say that recycler view dot layout manager dot, okay, I just need to go back to my other one. I just need to see that what was that specific method. So we are going to set a new, okay, new layout manager. Okay, so we say that new layout manager. So I will say that linear layout manager. By default it will be, normally our, here we say that this, the context, yeah, so we need to give the context as well, so we are giving the context. Normally whenever we are creating our inside our layout, the by default layout for the linear layout is horizontal, but when we're creating using the linear layout manager, it is vertical. And then we say that recycler view dot set adopter, and then we are giving the Maori adopter. Let me make sure that I'm not doing anything. Okay, forget about this one. Set the adopter, yeah, we have already created it, fine. Okay, so let me run this particular application and see how it goes. It is the previous one which is I was using it. Okay, It is not the same one because we have used different colors. So it is building, compiling that particular application, installing the application, and launching the activity. Where is my, yep. Okay, so we have this activity. So you can scroll it up. Maori people, can you tell me? I don't know. Waha Tekwa Maono? You can tell me that if I'm right or not. I mean, who knows that? Whoever know that. Yeah, we can say that something like that because we are trying to generate this thing here. So maybe I can go into my Maori where we are updating that particular value. Okay, so we can also say that position plus, put a space between these. Maybe I can put a column with that. So I can just try to run this application again. So it will show you that number as well. Ah, 0, 1, Rua, Toru, Waha. It's Fa. And then we have Rima, Ono. So maybe I can just scroll it upward and then see it is giving me the right word or not. That's right. Let's go to Is it fine? Kotahi? Kotahi. Kotahi ro rima tekwa ma waha. Guys, is it okay? Are you sure? Okay, so this is how we can make the application. First of all, this is our main activity. And inside the main activity, we are just putting that recycler view. Of course, if you want, you can put more information here. You can have like one top level linear layout. Inside you are putting the recycler view and then putting some more buttons or some text over there in addition to that particular list that's scrolling up and down. Okay, but I just put that one. And then inside the main activity, I created that particular method which actually generate 100,000 Maori words, Maori numbers actually. And then inside I have a recycler view. I create that particular, assign that particular recycler view with the, attach it with the layout component, creating that particular adapter that we have created now, assigning a layout manager, and then setting the adapter. And what is the adapter? We create actually a new class here, Maori number adapter, which actually is a child class or the subclass of the recycler view dot adapter. And inside that particular class, I have defined that view holder. View holder is actually a class or is an object which actually hold that particular view when that view is out of the screen. Okay, and inside that particular adapter, I created the data part which hold the data that we need to update in that recycler view or provide in that recycler view. And then I have a constructor which actually take that 100,000 Maori words list and assign it to our data part. Then we have this Maori on create view holder. Based on the size of the screen, our recycler view create multiple view holders. Maybe 6, maybe 10, maybe, depending on how much it require to cover the whole screen. Okay, it will call this particular method again and again. So what we are doing, we are creating an inflator, layout inflator, which take the layout file and convert it into a view, and we are providing that particular view to create a new view holder. Understand? And inside our view holder, we are creating, just like in our main activity we create the recycler view object, we are creating the text view object, which give us the reference of that particular text view whose value we need to change. Okay? And inside this particular on bind view holder means that this particular view has gone out of the screen and we need to update its value. Okay? It receives the holder itself, the view holder, and the position, the next position whose value need to be inserted into this one. So we are using that particular holder. Inside that particular holder we have a text view variable, and we are setting the text based on that particular position and the data from the list view, okay, or the array list. Okay, and then we have the third method which we have implemented in the adopter class, which give us the total number of values which actually exist in that particular. So when we run it, we get this particular. So you can continue to scroll it up and down and you will get the values. Maybe I made some mistake to generate that particular number, but these are the 100,000 entries. So you can see that even it is a, what you can say, that simulated mobile, simulated virtual device, but still it is quite running fast. Understand? So